How's it going, everybody? It's Charles with Mercy Less Lethal. I just want to talk real quick about the Byrna SD model that came out. I just recently was able to get one here, and I've been promising for a while now that we're going to install one of our 12-gram CO2 adapters in the SD model, and we were just able to do that. But I just wanted to go over real quick what's similar and what's different, and kind of what my feelings are on the differences. I've got the SD here, also got a HD model, also with my adapter. You can see I've got one of the prototype CO2 caps that we've been working on here. These will be coming out shortly. I've sent a couple out to people for testing, and just kind of waiting to hear some feedback on those before we release them. So let's get started. As you can see, you know, kind of the two side by side, they're very similar. You know, the differences are slight. You know, you've got on this one, you've got a straight trigger, as you can see right here. What they've actually done is they've taken, I don't know if you can see, let's see here, you can see a screw in this one, and what they've done is they've made it so that trigger assembly was serviceable. If you look at the HD model that had the more rounded trigger, there's no screw there. So the trigger pull part was actually built into the mechanism, which made it not serviceable. So if you sent this back for a warranty issue, they essentially had to replace the whole trigger assembly, which I imagine was probably kind of costing them a lot of money. So they've found a way with the new one that they can take it apart and find a problem and replace just pieces of it rather than the whole assembly. The next thing I noticed, so you've got a wire retainer piece here that when you pull this out, it goes the whole length of the top cap, and that's what holds this top cap on for anyone who hasn't taken this apart yet. And they've made that wire a lot more robust. So if you look at the HD model, you know, it was almost like their molds started to get a little weak, and you can actually see there's a gap between the top cap and the body of the launcher there. And I noticed that on a lot of them, and sometimes it would be kind of a sloppy fit, and I imagine they got some feedback from customers that didn't care for that, you know. So if you look at the new one, it's really tight. There's no gap. So, and I will say that when I took this wire out to install the adapter, it was really tight. It was a really tight fit. So for anyone who does install our 12-gram CO2 adapter in an SD model, I will advise you, just when you're putting that wire back in, just be careful, because if you push that too hard and fold that, there's no spares out there that I've seen. So you don't want to end up in a situation where you break apart and can't get a replacement for it. Let's see. I mean, really, aside from that, the only thing I've noticed, like the grip, you can see the material on the grip is different. It's got this honeycomb. It's really grippy. Like the rubber is, it kind of, you know, it's got some friction to it. If you grab a hold of the old one, you know, it's rubber, but it doesn't have a lot of friction when you move your hand across it, where the new one does. So it's really a good grip material. And what I've been told is that they're having issues with these grips delaminating. and that was why they decided to go with a new grip. You know, the hardware all seems the same. The, you know, the screw on the back is all the same. I even went and checked like the magazines to make sure the magazines were all the same, and they definitely are. One other thing that I noticed, now I'll show you a couple things here. You'll see on the tan one, I've actually, let's see if you can get a good look at that. I drilled this and installed tritium. So it's kind of an upgrade that I'm working on. If you look at the SD model, you'll see the sight is like squared. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good camera angle there. The sight is kind of squared off on the SD model, where it was tapered on the HD model, and I'm not really sure what the purpose of that was. But I mean, for me, who's looking at it from the perspective of, can I put tritium and night sights in it? You know, it gives me more material to work with. So personally, it'll be a better thing for me. But I don't know that it really is an improvement. It's just there, we'll say. But as far as the adapter, the CO2 adapter installation, the process was identical. You know, pull the top cap, loosen all the screws. You don't have to take the screws all the way out. Just kind of loosen them enough that you can get the old adapter out and the new adapter in, and that's basically it. I don't really have a whole lot more right now. Just wanted to kind of update that the adapter will work for the SD model. That also goes for our magazine extensions. Those will also work with the SD model. I want to also mention these ammo armor sleeves. I know a lot of you guys are already using these ammo armor sleeves. These are wonderful. They list them right on their website. I'm going to be having these magazine couplers. Some of you might have seen them. I have a short video that I put out on Facebook, and I've talked about it a little bit. So this coupler, basically, you'll have one magazine that goes in this way and another magazine that goes in this way. So you'll have two mags, and then you just put the ammo armor sleeve over the bottom mag. So you'll essentially have just like a long mag, and then you can flip it. So you can shoot 5, flip it, shoot another 5. I don't know, some people thought it was kind of neat. Some people thought it was kind of cheesy, but kind of let you guys decide. I think that's about all I got right now. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel and being here. It means a lot, and we'll see you next time.